Hi everyone, welcome to our very first YouTube live stream. I know we're used to like doing Instagram and everything, but I think today or from now on, we're just going to try and be doing YouTube live stream. So hi, you're welcome. Feel free to like this video before we start. Also make sure that you comment and let me know if you can hear me well, if you can see me well. I think apart from that, I'll just get into what we'll talk about today. So, hi guys, my name is Lola. If this is your first time seeing me. On this channel, I film about my faith, I film about relationship, and also all things self-development. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe and also turn on the notification bell. So today we're going to be talking about something quite interesting, something quite topical. We're going to be speaking about weight management. We're going to be talking about how we can shed off some weight that we've kind of put on during quarantine or during the lockdown. We're going to be speaking to a health coach, Elena. She's kind of more knowledgeable in that area and stuff. So I just thought it would be nice to bring her on and she can share more light into a few other things. So we're planning not to make this too long. So just bear with us. Hi, Blessing. Okay. All right. So you can see me and hear me. Perfect. That's fine. Okay. Good stuff. It's our first ever YouTube live, guys. So it's something to be excited about. Like, I'm quite excited to start doing live stream on YouTube. So yes. So I'm going to bring in our guest and then we'll just get started. All right. So let's find our guest and see if she's here. Right?
Hello.
Here? Hi. How are you? You're welcome to our very first. We can hear you okay. So I was saying that this is our first ever YouTube live stream and you're our first guest. So yay. We'll remember you forever, right? Because you're the first one. So yay. So everyone, this is Helena. She's a health coach. She's an amazing, amazing, amazing singer. I mean, I'll let her introduce herself because she knows herself better, right? And I think towards the end, she'll kind of tell us a bit more on what she does, who she is, and all that kind of stuff. Or, you can tell us now. So I'll give you the floor. Introduce yourself, tell us about yourself, what you do, what you love, your passion, your interest, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so yeah, my name's Elena Santhadakis. I am a health coach and I'm also started as a professional performer, professional singer. And I absolutely love performing. And with a busy schedule, traveling the world, performing in loads of different countries, Italy, France, UK, Australia, Singapore, Canada, New York, was very tiring, and with that lifestyle, I was always a very busy person. When I was at uni, I was always doing 2 degrees at the same time. So I think I did about 11 degrees worth of study in about 8 years. So I was doing 2 different degrees, 2 different universities, and I did that again the next day. I was very busy. And so I found I got into this lifestyle of performing at my peak and traveling, and I got myself very fatigued. And I was having what they call adrenal fatigue, and that means you've been in a stress situation for so long, that you burn out. You've burnt yourself out. So I realized that meant that I was depleted in lots of nutrients, and my energy had trouble waking up in the morning, and these sorts of things. And that's what started my love of discovering about nutrition and how the body works, and how that we can feed the body better for it to function better. So that's why my love of nutrition and my learning and reading about all of that has come around.
Wow, that sounds so exciting. 11 years. Oh, I don't know how you did it, but well done. I would have given up on the third. No, I'm only joking. I'm not a quitter. I don't quit. But yeah, so we're excited to have you here. I'm happy for you to be like our first guest ever on YouTube. So that's quite interesting. So let's just get into the topic for today, right? So we're talking about weight management. We've just come out of lockdown. We've just come out of quarantine. A lot of people, they've pounded some weight on and we're like, what are we going to do? Like, how is this belly fat going to go? We'll get into that a bit later. But I think before I start kind of asking you questions, I really want to highlight that although, she's going to be sharing tips and tricks and all that with us, I want to make I want to kind of just make you aware that if you're currently undergoing treatment, if you're someone who you're already on a weight loss like challenge or something, please, 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 please make sure that you contact your doctor or your nurse or any of your healthcare provider to just make sure that you're doing the right thing, because the last thing we want is for you to kind of get some advice and then just run off with it without contacting your doctor. So we're just saying that make sure that you use the tips wisely, okay? Because we don't want anyone to get hurt or anything like that. Right, okay, exactly. So my first question to you, right, is what are the causes and the triggers of weight gain, right? And I'll explain what I mean, because during quarantine, I'll just expose myself, it's okay. So during quarantine, I was really busy, whatever. And I put on some weight, and I remember weighing myself, and I was like, how did I put this weight on? And I know it sounds very silly. A lot of people, they'll say the same thing, like, oh, how did this weight come on? And of course, it's like you were eating and eating and eating, but you actually don't notice it until maybe your clothes don't fit anymore, your cheeks are coming out and all that kind of stuff. And I'm quite a disciplined person, right? So I'm I'm very self-controlled, like, if I can say so myself, by God's grace, like I try my best. So I was kind of like, how did I put on so much weight? So I want you to kind of talk about what are the causes. Are there like, psychological issues, stress? Like, what are the things that can cause or trigger like a massive amount of weight?
Yeah, well, I think it's something that a lot of people are going through right now because of the uncertainty of the times. A lot of people are, we're overeating. So we're comfort eating, it's emotional eating. A lot of people are doing that. So that's the calories. We're having more calories than maybe we would normally have. And even if we're having the same amount of calories, we're much more sedentary. So we're not going out as much, we're not moving as much, we're burning less calories throughout the day. The other thing is that our stress levels, whether we notice what the situation is, our cortisol is higher, and cortisol is one of those things that triggers the body to store fat.
Okay.
Cortisol goes up, your body says, oh, I'm stressed. It also stops, like, it makes you more hungry, more snacky. So those sorts of things all together is making it way easier for people to put weight on. So if that makes sense.
Okay, so stress level, and then sedentary is like just not moving around a lot, right? Yeah, just sitting a lot, or
on your desk watching TV, this sort of thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. What about like emotional eating? Because that's one thing I noticed that we don't really talk about a lot. Sometimes we comfort eat. Like, let's say that we have some kind of an emotional issue going on or whatever. I noticed that that's something a lot of people don't think about. They just think, I'm hungry and I'm eating, I'm snacking more and stuff. But can you share more light on just that whole emotional eating?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people find, as you say, comfort eating. It's called comfort eating for a reason, because we find that kind of up in serotonin level, the dopamine, like the good feelings of when you eat food. Maybe when you were young, you had mashed potato, maybe you like chocolate, whatever that, because chocolate as well, like, gives you that spike of feel-good hormone. So the foods which we reach out to, which typically are high in calories, typically make spike in blood sugar, and then that's exacerbating this whole issue of weight gain as well, because as we know, when the blood sugar rises and then dips, it's triggering the body to hold on to, that to fat, hold on to it, and then when it dips, you get more hungry, and then you snack, and then that cycle then starts off again. So if we're not managing our mental health situation and our stress levels, we're indulging in foods that maybe have comforted us in the past, potatoes, whatever it is for you, crisps, these are the things which are going to add up really, really fast. So dealing with trying to set in a regime of making sure you're doing some meditation, making sure you're doing some self-care, a warm bath. Maybe if you have a partner, you can give each other hand or foot massages, something just to try and, be comforting in other ways.
Right. Okay. And I think that's something that, I really want to pass across as well, that when you're experiencing a very high stressful situation, I think we all are, going through the pandemic back in March last year. We've never been through that situation before. So I think we were all stressed, whether we like to admit it or not. So I think it's recognizing that, okay, I'm in a position now that my cortisol level is rising. So I need to take note of how many times I'm eating, what type of food I'm eating, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I started myself at the moment a new journal for my food to write down what I'm having throughout the day.
Okay.
But the other thing is about stress level is that we don't tend to notice until it's up like at around a 7 or an 8 or a 9. We need to be monitoring that throughout the day and saying, I just need to just stop and just take 1 minute of breathing. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 4, hold for 2. Just even 30 seconds of that can just drop that stress level and then get on about your day, just to be more mindful. And that's that whole thing about mindfulness that we're talking about more and more these days.
Right. That's like, I think a lot of, I think African people, the whole mindfulness thing is kind of like, wait, what do you mean? But it's actually not as out there. I don't want to call it a negative name. It's basically just being aware of the moments that you're in, just taking that pause, like switching. And I've been trying it for the past few months, and it's been amazing when I realized that, okay, things are getting a bit, the stress is getting, so you just shut off everything and then put on some calming music and just be in that moment and just relax. And then if you keep doing that, it becomes like your body just knows like when to relax back down. And that helps.
Yeah, we forget how to do that, don't we? We're so used to living in this high-paced world. We're watching TV, we're watching stressful drama, we're worrying about, our friends were calling them. We're used to being stressed out like this. We've lost how to sort of self-calm, these habits that we don't do, that we need to do to reduce that stress level, particularly times like now when we're all, things are a little uncertain.
That's true. And I think it's just so important for people to know, so we'll just leave that point there. Be aware of your stress level, because your stress level will affect the amount of food and the type of food that you eat, right?
And the way your body holds fat. When you're stressed, you're going to hold on to that fat.
Hold on to fat, absolutely. So the second thing I want to ask about is weight loss tips. Now, I want you to be very specific and realistic, because we've all seen TV ads, we've all seen, our friends and family chat about green tea and all that kind of stuff. But I want you to give like realistic weight loss tips, that we can do, while we're going through this pandemic.
Incorporate into your daily life. Things that you can do. Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing I would say, number one, and this is just, a healthy living thing as well.
Right.
Also really, really crucial for weight loss or weight gain is sleep. So if we're not getting enough sleep, not only does the body not, heal properly, the brain doesn't, flush out the toxic proteins that link to Alzheimer's, all those sorts of things, your cortisol level will be knocked out. You're also your leptin, like your satiety hormone, will be knocked out. So you're going to be tired. You're going to want to overeat. You won't get full as easily. You're going to want to overeat. So not only is your body going to be more inflamed, which tends to lead to other problems to do with weight gain, inflammation, all that sort of stuff. You're going to want to eat more for multiple reasons. It's also going to throw your hormones out. So as a woman, you're multiplying those problems on problems if you're not getting enough sleep. So we need to get between, well, some people say 6, but 6 isn't enough, 7 and 8.5 hours sleep. Right? So for somebody like me who can toss and turn a little bit, particularly with a husband who does shift work, I need to get a little bit of extra time, because for me to get back into a sleep pattern after he goes, I need to have one full sleep cycle. Into that deep sleep, that's when the body does the most of its cleansing. So we're talking, removing the toxins from the brains, but also something called it's a cleansing process called autophagy, where the body kind of eats away at excess bulk that is created. So for example, you're putting weight on, you're getting bigger and bigger. Those those fat tissues have to be, the circulation has to be brought to those tissues. So the body actually creates new veins and arteries to bring nutrition to those. And then as you lose weight, or as your body, as you sleep particularly the second half of sleep. This is kind of comes from Ayurvedic medicine, but it actually comes from Western medicine. They've been learning so much more about autophagy. The body cleans itself, strips away the things that it doesn't need, reuses them to make other organs and that sort of stuff in the body. So it's really important that we're getting proper sleep for healing, proper sleep that for general health, but also so that we're not putting weight on with cortisol, and your leptin totally goes out of whack. So yeah, sleep is number one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the other thing, because also I forgot to mention, your glucose can be also all out of whack when you've not slept as well. So as you know, with blood sugar, that's another thing. So you're just adding problems on problems on problems if you're not getting enough sleep, regular bedtime, regular hours.
Right.
So the other thing that's a really easy thing to do is water. Are you drinking enough water? So I'm not just talking about fluid. I'm not saying, well, I have 3 drinks of fizzy drink and I have a coffee, because coffee is going to dehydrate you. Fizzy drink's going to make inflammation. It's full of sugar. Again, with the blood sugar. We're 70% water. So for our body to function properly, we need to be consuming water. We need to have water to help flush the kidneys. We need water in all the body's functions to be proper.
Okay.
You won't, if you're dehydrated and you're trying to lose weight, you won't lose as much weight. So make sure hydration is up.
Okay.
The next thing I would talk about is movement and exercise. So there is actually a difference between movement and exercise. Everyone says, like, we're going to go and exercise. We're going to do 3 times a week, 20 to 40 minutes. I mean, that's great. Cardiovascular exercise is really good for you, and it will improve your metabolism to a point. Right? If you're doing the same exercises for 2 months, your body will adapt to that, and the effects of, the metabolism will adjust to that amount of exercise, and you'll start having the benefit of that. So one, you need to mix up your exercise types. But more important than exercise is movement. So we want to be doing up to an hour's worth of movement. So rather than sitting at your desk all day, maybe you're going to get up, you're going to do 2 minutes of stretching in between each activity. You're going to take the stairs rather than take the lift down to the ground floor. You're going to park at the back of the supermarket parking, so you can walk all the way there, just to make sure that you're getting that little bit of exercise in. Go for a 20-minute walk. It doesn't have to be even to make sure you're getting that, lymphatic systems pumping other toxins out of the body, and also that you're burning those calories. Movement is so important for how the body works. It's going to help the weight loss as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So exercise, I've mentioned high intensity workouts, but short. So I would rather somebody did 10 minutes of a high intensity workout than did an hour and just was completely zonked and their cortisol got really high, and then that kind of undid the whole what they were trying to do. So you need to come to learn to know your body, but there are some principles that if you want to work with me as a coach, I can help walk you through what's going to work for you, what's going to give you best results, particularly in mixing up that exercise type. There would be my top 4 things.
Okay.
Choose 4.
No, that's fine. I think for me, what really surprised me is like sleep. So it's like, if I want to lose weight, I can sleep more, because when I sleep more, my body is getting enough time and energy to get rid of, the toxins or get rid of fat. That's quite okay. That's
so you could actually, if you got 9 hours sleep, you slept really well, you could sleep yourself thin. Okay?
Wow.
You could actually lose weight when you're sleeping, right?
Wow. You heard it here first.
Why sleep 5-6 hours and then be starving all day and overeat? So you're going to make it even worse. Get a good night's sleep, have good level blood sugar, don't be so stressed. All these things, you'll have so much better effect. The other thing, actually, while we're talking about sleep, and I was talking about autophagy, I was talking about, that second half of sleep, is something that people don't talk a lot about. Well, some people do. Fasting and intermittent fasting.
Fasting, right? Okay.
And intermittent fasting. So when I say fasting, what do you think of?
I'm a Christian, right? I'm a Christian, and we do regular fasting at different periods, right? Yeah. Well, I'm a Christian, so I've actually made a video about the whole fasting journey, right? And when I'm fasting, it's not like to lose weight, to be honest, right? It's just to kind of like get closer to God and get clarity and all that good stuff. But I do realize that not only do you physically lose weight, you get mental clarity, right? Like it's like your mind is purified in that process, So I don't really know much about the whole, I know there's keto, like there's so many, there's intermittent, I don't even know what it's called, but there's so many types of fasting out there, right?
But, so what some people do, and some people, different religions, different times of year, and then there's kind of more extreme fasting where you've got people who are going 24 hours without food, and I'm like, oh my God, do that.
I know.
I couldn't do it, or these water fasts and these sorts of things.
No.
Just like plugged into all your vital signs, like that's kind of way crazy for me.
Yeah.
But what you can do is get the benefits of fasting in your everyday, or every 2 or 3 nights of fasting in the week. That sounds a lot, but incorporate. So, for example, eating 12, 14, 16 hours of fasting can have a huge benefit in terms of the body healing, reducing inflammation, improving that mental clarity, moving from burning glucose to burning fat, getting the body going. As you said, that really improves mental clarity, removing brain fog, all that sort of stuff. When you eat carbs and you get
sluggish and all that. Oh, Lord.
So you're going, say for example, what you want to do, the other thing that I should have mentioned as well is don't eat between like 3 hours before you go to bed. 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed, that's a real trick, right?
Right, okay.
If you're eating at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock,
right,
don't eat again till 8 in the morning, that's already 12 hours. So you've made it really easy by not eating late. Then stretch that 8 o'clock out to 10 o'clock, right?
Okay.
Hours, and the effects on the body. So you're already burning fat before you go to bed. You go to sleep, right? Your body's cleaning, reducing inflammation, cleaning the body, helping you lose weight while you sleep, right? And then you do 2 more hours, right? Really, really great. You don't want to do this every day. And as a woman, you probably don't want to go as far as 16 hours. If you start to feel a little bit not quite right, you never when you're dizzy, you've gone too far. If that's happening, your blood sugar is too low. I would always say go for 12 hours and then take it out 20, 30 minutes at a time and see how you go. Just stretch it a little bit. And then you want to have a protein-based, meal or a protein shake.
Of course.
Well, that's a really great way to go into that. Exercising on an empty stomach is another great way to help lose weight.
Yeah.
So
getting into that. So that was my next question. But before that, I wanted to say that I think that idea of not eating late, I think that's something that everyone can kind of just do daily life, instead of, because I know when people hear of fasting, they kind of cringe like, hell to the no.
There's a reason why, you don't want to get into that state where you don't feel.
And it's hard. Let's be honest. It's hard, right?
Yeah. So if you actually, it's something that my friend does. I have a very close friend. She's from Sierra Leone. She will just not eat all day until 6 o'clock and then have her dinner. And I'm like, this is not healthy.
That's not healthy.
It's not healthy. And then it's big. It's big. By then she's starving. So it's rice, it's potatoes, and you're like, this is the worst thing to be having that late in the day.
No.
So what happens is, for example, if you're then going on to dieting, you've starved yourself all day, the cortisol level. So as your blood sugar drops throughout the day, your energy goes low, your body's pumping adrenaline, it's pumping cortisol to try and keep working. So your stress level high. Then you're getting really hungry, right? Your body, you're signaling the body, store fat, famine is coming.
Okay.
Right? So unlike the benefits of a small fast,
okay,
3 days a week, or some people do 5 and 2. Like there's all these different ones. But for a woman, we don't want to go to the point where we're starting. This is why you need to learn mindfulness. You start to feel a little bit stressed, right? Time to no, that's the point. Let's go have something to eat. Learn to listen to your body. It's really, really important. So so if you're reaching that, if you're not eating all day, then you have a big meal. anything you eat in that meal, your body's going to store straight to fat. So you're on a kind of diet. This is another thing which I thought was fascinating. Actually, I've got some stats on that. So for people who are on fad diets all the time, limiting their calories so much, they're not, supporting the body with nutrition. They're not building. What happens is their metabolism slows down because now they don't have as much energy to do stuff, and the body starts to burn muscle. The body starts to burn muscle because muscle burns calories the most. But if I don't have enough calories, I have to get rid of muscle. So that means your metabolism's lower, you have less muscle mass. When you then go back to normal eating, what used to burn you, 200 calories is now only burning 150 because you have less muscle. That extra bit goes on for weight. So every time you diet, your metabolism is worse. You put on weight every single time. I think they say, I find a statistic here. The average person gains around 11 pounds of body fat every time they go on a diet. So that's right? That's a lot. So what you want to be doing, and the next thing we'll talk about, and it relates to exercise and relates to movement, is muscle mass. So we want to be making sure not just our cardiovascular strength, but that we are maintaining a certain level of activity to maintain muscle, and that we're eating a certain amount of protein. Doesn't have animal protein. I personally choose vegan protein through the almond protein shakes that I have. 20 grams of protein, really absorbable for the body. So you exercising, protein shake within 20-30 minutes. That will help your body help your body to build muscle, not to make sure that you're not losing muscle. So that's really, really, it's an easy thing to do that's going to help stop this snowballing effect that happens when people try to diet badly,
And you see it everywhere. It's
it comes back double. This is the problem if you're not doing it right and looking at the whole system, the whole body. That makes sense.
Right. That's something that I've definitely seen, and young girls, like girls my age, you go on this crazy diet that you've seen somewhere online or whatever, and the next thing, not even up to 5 months, you've gained even more of the weight back, and it's like, what is the point then? Like, you might as well just make sure you have a steady routine, steady plan,
steady diet, good healthy food, learning how to eat properly, which is all what I'm about with the healthy living program that I help coach people with as well.
We'll get to that in a few minutes. So I think one of the last thing I wanted to ask you is about, safeguarding your mental health while you're on this journey of managing your weight, gaining weight, losing weight. Because I feel like, in terms of even motivation, sometimes I have a plan, I have a this, but then you lose motivation. And it's like, how do you motivate yourself? Or maybe like you have outside influence, you have people who are kind of constantly, pointing, all this kind of stuff. Or it could even be yourself. You could be the one that's very critical on yourself, like, oh, I said I was going to lose this amount of weight in 30 days. I've not done it. So how do you safeguard your mental health in order to make sure that you achieve your goals?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. So I think mindset is like one of the most important things for anything that we're doing. So at the moment we're looking New Year's resolutions and all this sort of stuff, and that's great. But mindset and the follow through and a system to help you keep, in the zone behind those kind of goals that you've set for yourself, you're going to fall off the wagon. Motivation doesn't make itself. Like, you have to make it. You have to make it by doing something. You have to make it by setting yourself up for success. So I have some things I like to do to help people. One thing I love to do is affirmations.
Oh, me too. I love affirmations. Yes.
We have different areas of your life, but particularly if we're talking for, health and weight loss or weight management, something really, really positive. Like, I'm feeling fit and healthy. I'm losing weight. Whatever it is that you want to do, put it in your start of the day. Repeat that affirmation 5 times, put it in the shower, put it on the fridge.
Everywhere.
Put it up in the house and make sure you say it first thing in the morning, because you're priming your brain to make better choices. You go, I might eat that. Oh no, I remember. I want to lose. want to lose 2 dress sizes. Oh, okay. Oh, I want more energy. This chocolate will make me feel terrible. In an hour's time, I will eat another chocolate bar. That's not keeping me on my goals. Affirmations are great. Another thing I love is vision boards. So I have
too. We're just in sync. I do vision boards every year and affirmations. Well done, right?
It's so good. I'm actually in the middle of rejigging my affirmations for this year. So it's a really perfect time to be talking about it. So I have a vision board, everything from finances to education to where I want to go for holiday, all that sort of stuff. Get yourself a magazine of a girl in a bikini, cut it out, cut out your face, stick it on, put it on the board. That's whatever it is that you want. If you want someone to cosplay, or if you just want to be able to fit into that dress, whatever it is, put it on there as a reminder to yourself of where you're heading with this plan. The other thing is, I think is really good, is if you can find an accountability partner.
Right. Okay.
Interested in maybe losing weight with you, or getting healthy with you, or getting fit with you. Try and find a friend. That's really, really helpful. As you said before, try and avoid the people who maybe aren't good influence.
I was gonna say that, like, make sure you select those people very well.
Away from them, because they're gonna say this stuff. Oh, why don't you have a packet of chips? Why don't don't worry about it. These people, you need to be the people, the negative people.
Certain people. Yeah.
You need people who are like thinking in your line of thought. That's really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Try and find a accountability partner. If you can't, try and find a coach. Or we have a program that I was talking about with the Healthy Living, which is daily coaching, and also there's a Facebook accountability group. So that makes you feel part of a team of people doing the same thing. That's going to help you keep on track. So in the morning, there's a post, maybe motivation or something about food groups, or kind of in the right frame of mind. So that's another really good thing you can do. Follow people on Instagram who are talking about health.
Right. Okay.
Maybe out your Instagram a bit to a different train of thought, for inspiration as well. That's really, really good.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely off for that as well. Like I usually make like this morning gist type of thing. And one of the days I spoke about that, like if your vision for this year is, I don't know, to lose weight, then you need to tailor your social media to that. Like she's saying, stop following all these people that's making you feel somehow. Follow people who are on their weight loss journey as well. Follow people who are inspiring, motivation, and
healthy food, diets, healthy recipes,
Set yourself up for success. Like don't be following people who are, you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's okay to remain like this. It's fine. No, challenge yourself, force yourself, right?
Yeah. Be a good influence like that way.
Yeah. And even help, like influence other people as well. Like, what because you do that quite well, right? So you always post about positive stuff, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that's great. That's amazing. And I love that. Because I went on like a social media cleanse as well, where I'm like, okay, I need to follow this particular person, follow this, because I know like how much impact that has on you, whoever you're following, on your mind. Yeah. Like I follow this guy, and he's like a motivational speaker, and he's not the kind of person who like pets you. Oh, it's okay not to achieve your goal. It's okay not to go to the gym. It's okay to just sit on your bum all day and do nothing. He's literally like, why are you still sitting down there? Get up and do your work, like, just very stern. And I think when it comes to managing your weight and that's what you need. You need people who are stern. You don't need your friend who's going to be passing you. It's just one more chocolate. It's fine. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas is over.
Christmas is gone.
New Year is over. Like, it's time to get on track. Yeah. And I know someone is like, oh, because I don't know if you've heard about this whole, this movement, right? There's this movement online, right? And basically it's like, promoting obesity and promoting people who are bigger and stuff like that. And I'm all for that. Like, I support all people, we're all for that, right? We support all people, but we're not going to be very insensitive, and we're not going to be very like absent-minded, not to say the truth. Like, having a lot of weight in our bellies, having a lot of weight in certain areas of our body is harmful to our health. It puts us at high risk of a
Yeah,
lot of
I mean, obviously everyone has a different body type, but there's there's unhealthy kind of fat, and there's some places that have fat that's really, really bad. For example, like what they call visceral fat. So when you
right.
see a guy who's got like a big belly sticking out, all of the visceral fat around the major organs, that's a huge problem for, heart disease, all sorts of degenerative, blood pressure problems, cholesterol problems, all these sorts of really deadly, serious problems that we need to be looking at in terms of improving health. The other thing is that sort of hormonal fat, that's what I call it, subcutaneous fat, the hormones that are balanced.
Belly fat for everyone who's like, what's you on about? Belly fat, basically.
Belly fat, yeah, that sort of stuff. Again, it's not good for you. It increases your likelihood of having heart disease and all these sorts of things. So what we want to do is learn to eat well, learn to eat healthy foods, cut out the processed foods. So if we're going to cut out the biscuits, cut out, microwave meals, anything that's got
you're coming from me. I can never cut out the biscuit. So you're coming from me just now.
Say, okay, as a treat, I'm going to have 2 biscuits.
Right.
And I don't eat the whole packet, because what happens is we eat one, and then we eat another one, and then we eat the whole packet.
Another one, and it's like,
you have the mental strength to say, you know what, that biscuit will be there tomorrow. I'm going to have a cup of biscuit. That's my treat for today. I'm not going to do anything. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. That's cool.
Tomorrow, you're my biscuit for tomorrow. Put it out of sight. The better thing is not to buy it. Don't have it in the house. If you're going to be, I encourage this time of year to do a 30 days of healthy eating. This is a healthy living program where we cut out all the typical allergens, all the things that cause, bloating, that a lot of people are also sensitive to, that they don't realize. So a lot of people are, I think it's something like 75% of people have lactose intolerance and are undiagnosed.
That's a lot.
Involving, like, people have issues with soy, particularly as women. We don't work with our estrogens.
Right. Okay.
We don't want to be messing up our hormones for that side of things.
Right.
For weight gain as well. We want to cut that out. We want to be cutting out alcohol for 30 days.
Right.
That'll affect sleep, weight gain, all that stuff. Alcohol not good. We want to cut back on caffeine, ideally.
Okay.
If you're having issues with, you're stressed out and your adrenal fatigue is low, all that sort of stuff, you can be sensitive to caffeine. Caffeine and chocolate, which is one of my favorite things over Christmas. From 30 days on Monday, because I knew I would still have stuff in the house that I was going to be tempted by getting rid of it, throw it in the bin, getting, go. So by Monday, tomorrow, I'm starting my own 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it, and no chocolate.
Good luck.
Coffee and chocolate are very often contaminated with heavy metals as well. So we're talking lead, cadmium, and mercury that can make you feel lethargic and low. So then you need to help you get rid of that sort of stuff from your body. So it's another reason to cut it out, let the body heal, get your greens in, get your greens powders in, B vitamins, your C, these sorts of things are going to help you to clear yourself out and give you back your energy. So that's one other aspect of, why I think after Christmas, we've got to tidy it up, put up the energy, stabilize the blood sugar, which again we do on the plan with our chromium and our energy fizz drinks. All about kind of restoring things back, giving your body a reset. So yeah, it's really
right. Okay. See, that's a lot. I think I've learned a few things. I don't know about you guys watching, but I've learned about sleep. Sleeping more, can definitely help you. Making sure that you don't eat past a certain amount of time will also, it's something that you can easily do every single day. And that includes snacks as well. Because someone is like, well, they said eating. Snacking biscuit is part of that. So after a certain time,
at night time, I would recommend, besides you're going to have a glass of water, I recommend a herbal tea.
Okay.
Herbal tea is a really good thing. Or if you're really, really desperate for a snack, a small coconut yogurt maybe.
Okay.
Small coconut yogurt. You're not going to have that full fasting effect, but you're not eating like something that's going to blow your
like a big meal or something. Yeah.
1 block of dark chocolate.
Okay.
Do it, right? Because that's actually got really great benefits as well.
Right.
If
Okay.
you're really into a 30-day program, I would say away from the chocolate. But if you're feeling that way, there are actually ideas for healthy snacks that you can have throughout the day, so that you're not having that kind of feeling like you're missing out feelings. So it'll be that and peanut butter together. It's like a little whip. There's lots of you can do protein balls, all that sort of stuff. Having a biscuit, having a high protein homemade protein ball, right?
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
That all sounds lovely, but I'm a realist, right? I like to be real. And I know and I understand that telling me that I can't have a whole bar of chocolate and I can just have a little square, I'm not going to lie, that's never going to happen. But I feel, and that's the honest truth.
You don't have a lot of weight to lose as well. So, but you realize every time you're having a chocolate, your blood sugar, you're sending your blood sugar in a crazy way. So that's going to make your body hold on to fat. It's going to make you more snacky later.
I know.
Blood sugar to be level for energy and for weight management as well.
Okay, so I think for me, one thing that is kind of sticking out to me as you're talking is the element of self-control and self-discipline. Because no matter how much you can say, okay, I'm just going to do this, I'm going to join this 30-day program or whatever, if you don't have that control in your mind, or if you don't have that determination, because I've noticed as well, the people who end up losing really like a huge amount of weight are people who are extremely determined, they're like, no matter what, I'm going to lose this weight in 30 days, in 90 days, whatever it is, I'm going to join this program she's talking about, and I'm going to make sure I lose the weight. So it's about self-control, right? So that's something that you have to have within yourself, right? And determination.
Yeah, I would say consistency, but also learning about yourself. So as I'm saying, you've got to set yourself up systems for success. So we've got the mindset in place. We've got the affirmations, the vision board. We're doing everything we can do to keep in the front of our minds what we're doing this for. The problem with human beings is our desire for immediate gratification, right? Everything that is immediately gratifying, has a bad effect. Things that we have to work hard at and get for is a bit of work, but the end result is always like, wow. So you've got to keep in mind that it goes against our biological needs of like, if an animal is chasing after us, we have an immediate need to go and hide and be safe. Right? So this is something we work in a very immediate thing. We want gratification. Oh, this feels good. Right? We don't think, actually, I've climbed up the tree and I don't know how to get down. I'm going to stop. Like, we don't think long term because that's not the way biologically. We think of the immediate happening immediately. So we need to think a little bit more like the long term. But we have to set ourselves up for systems for success. As I was saying, when those snacks in the house have gone, don't buy those snacks next shopping.
No.
When you go shopping, have something before you go shopping so you're not hungry when you're shopping. Food. Or online.
Right.
You have a list, you have a shopping list. So on the program we do, we give you an advanced shopping list, advanced suggested recipes, and advanced foods. You can swap out high carb foods for low carb foods.
Right.
So we're getting rid of things that have got high glycemic index. We're making it really easy, make you feel full, but have a low glycemic index.
Right.
Like brown rice instead of white rice, sweet potatoes, like just really easy things that you can switch to make the amount of calories you're having going low, but still make you had proper food, right? Then suggestions for snacks and all those sorts of things. You try and do the right thing by setting yourself up to not make mistakes. Nobody. Let's be honest. Very few people have really good self-discipline. But people who are really successful know how to set up systems for themselves for success. So there's a really great book, Atomic Habits. I think it's a way that talks about habit stacking. So, for example, if you're not a great person to going out to exercise, you set yourself a really easy habit of, I get changed into my gym clothes. All I need to do is get changed into my gym clothes. You're one step closer to next time going out for a walk. Do you know what I mean? So you try and build yourself habits, to get yourself. Whenever I am making some toast, 4 minutes, the toasted cookie, I'm gonna do 100 squats. Right?
Okay.
Try and do this There's actually another thing you can do that helps to boost your metabolism before you eat. So finishing the food the last minute before you eat your food, do 20 squats, 20 lunges. That actually will speed up your metabolism while you're eating. Go for a walk, put the food in the oven, the last few minutes, go for a walk, come back, then eat. So that you're eating the fastest state, you've already got your metabolism up, and then you're going to eat that. So that if you're eating healthy food as well, you're cutting back those calories, you're having fiber in, it's making it's helping that you actually take longer to digest, so you burn more calories with high fiber food. So, yeah, there's loads of little habits like that. Right choices. Things out. Inflammation foods, right? Omega-3s, omega-6, like in biscuits. Biscuits equals belly fat. Chips equals belly fat.
Just hold on there, sorry, because you need to repeat that. Biscuit equals belly fat, guys, and this is something a lot of us do.
It's with palm oil, processed vegetable oils, all of these sorts of foods, really high in omega-6. So omega-6 is really pro-inflammatory. So it makes the like even inflammation in your veins and arteries. Like it makes them for around your heart, your organs, everything gives you arthritis, all these things like inflammation. Really, really bad. So we're not eating enough healthy fats, flax seeds, walnuts, oily fish, all these sorts of things. The balance between omega-6 and omega-3 is something like omega-3 should be like 2 or 3 and omega-6 should be like 1. But actually in our diet is omega-6 up at 30. Causing all sorts of degenerative diseases and inflammation and weight gain, like belly fat, on the hips or everything, but that sort of thing. So it really is a big serious thing in terms of your overall health to be avoiding, chocolate, biscuits, all sorts of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
little muffins and things. Like I make banana chocolate little muffins in little individual sizes. Back to work, I will take in a little container little muffins that I've made for myself. I know they're high protein. I know that they're good for me, and I know that if I feel snacky, I can have one. Ways to start making better
ways, and I suppose I would want you to talk about that 30-day program, right, that people can join, and you can just tell people where they can find you as well, because like I said at the start, guys, she's actually a health coach. I think, was it last year summer? So I kind of reached out to her for some weight gain because I wanted to gain weight, and he gave me some stuff and also skincare stuff. I'll be sharing some of those products on my Instagram story. So if you don't follow on Instagram, please go and follow me. My name is Lola KG, just the same as YouTube and Instagram, and I'll just kind of share some of those products. But I think lastly, I just want you to talk about that program and where people can find you, and we'll just leave
Yes, absolutely. It's really easy to find me at Live to Your Potential on the Instagram. I'm also Facebook, so fb.com/Elena, ELENAXANAB. So if you type Facebook/Elena, ELENAXANAB, you'll find my Facebook page, which is also about my coaching, healthy living, and Arbonne, and that sort of thing. So the program itself, as I said, it's a 30-day program. Some people do it for 60 because they're seeing more results, about improving your energy, clearing up your skin, improving your gut health. It comes with protein shakes. We're encouraging you also to eat real healthy meals. So no processed foods. No processed foods. We're helping people to learn how to cook for themselves. We're helping with that. Suggestions for recipes. Easy substitutions from things which are maybe not so good for you, but have maybe lower glycemic index. Things like, for example, I'm having here an energy fizz sticks. There's B vitamins rather than a coffee that's going to make you stimulate you and run your adrenaline really high, and then you're going to crash. Vitamin that's a natural energy, reduces your stress. B vitamin is also really good for executive stress. And it has a stabilizing blood sugar in it, so chromium, which will stabilize your blood sugar, give you more energy. So that's a really good thing. Make you feel less snacky. Again, keeping that hydration up. It's alkalizing on the body, on the tummy, and all those sorts of things. there's so many things I could talk about to like boost your health in other areas. So please reach out to me if you're having trouble with sleeping, with stress, with skin. You're looking for a vegan collagen booster, all those sorts of things. Reach out. There's so much more I could talk about. But the program itself, we're all about improving gut health. We know the gut is related to our mental health and also our immunity. 70% of our immune function is in the gut.
Wow.
We want to heal when we're eating all this terrible food. We feel bloaty over Christmas. Do you feel bloaty over Christmas?
I felt bloaty over Christmas.
Bloaty over
I didn't eat that much though, but I think it's just.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, again, for me, gluten does it. If I eat a lot of gluten and dairy, that's by the end of the Christmas period, I don't feel myself. Mental fog, my energy levels are thrown out. I need to clean it all up. So we have, fiber booster, right? Fiber support, gut health, digestion, and microbiome support. So prebiotics, probiotics, and a series of digestive enzymes to help you absorb the nutrients from the food that you're having and help reduce the inflammation of the gut. So you're reducing bloating. You're also improving the amount of nutrition you're getting from the nutrition that we give you in the protein shakes. And also from the food that you're getting. So as the gut lining becomes more leaky and less efficient, we don't have as much nutrients, so then we're more tired. We're snacking for stuff. So if you have, for example, if you're low in magnesium, you grab chocolate. Right? Chocolate. Lots of trigger foods that your body says, oh my God, I really want to eat. Potato chips, when really that's not the solution. So to feed the body good nutrition, we have a clean tox tea, which helps support liver detoxification. So we have supports, gut flushing those out, helping again for, well, we'd say weight loss, but it's more like just helping the body to reach its best function.
Right.
Because it's as we go through life, we're eating numbers, we're getting surrounded by toxins from the environment, things in our toxins, heavy metals, contaminants, pesticides in our food. The body just stores those things, whatever it can't process straight away through the detoxifying organ. We're talking skin, we're talking kidneys, liver, lungs. It puts it into fat cells. Heavy metals can also get put into your bones, that sort of thing. So we want to make sure that we have an opportunity to
away from them.
A break and help support them. So that's what we do. We also have, I know people, you were telling me the other day about people saying it's really hard to get 5, let alone 10 like vegetables and fruits, right?
Yeah.
Stay away from any high glycemic fruits while you're trying to lose weight.
Right.
So high glycemic is fruits that like have high sugars in them. Changes your glycemic index. So anything like mango, pineapple, any of these high sugar fruits.
Right.
Half a banana is the amount of sugar you can have. So not a whole banana, half a banana. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. These are the sorts of things should be low sugar, high antioxidant fruits. That's the way to go. We also do like a greens powder. I have one somewhere here, which is 36 fruits and vegetables in a powder form. So we're creating our products from plant sources. This animal are from plant sources, so it's not derived in a laboratory. We've actually derived it from actual food, and that's why our products are so high, premium, beautiful. So it helps balance your pH, help you scoop of that as a shot in coconut water, for example, or put it in your smoothie. There's lots of different ways to do it. I do this. You may have seen my green shot on my Glow. There's actually a deal going on right now with the Glow shot. It's really, really cool. So yeah, that can be a really good way to, that's one of the optionals with the program. You can have that, or you can have the cleanse. We do a cleanse, which is a lemon-based cleanse for the whole body, for reducing inflammation, improving gut function stuff. It's an amazing.
There's a whole, I know.
It resets the balance of everything. At the moment, you get free gifts with it as well until the 14th of January. So if you're 2021, you get a little salad shaker and a free size product as well, a little sample product as well. So it's an amazing program. If you have any questions for me about how it works, how it could work for you, just DM me on at Live to Your Potential or on the Facebook page.
Right.
Elena Zan. and I can help you, or reach out to Lola and she can forward your information across. It's an amazing program. I do it 3 times a year.
Wow.
I love it to pieces, and people really, really do see benefits in terms of health, across the board with it. So that makes sense. I would go into it in more detail, but we would probably need a whole program.
We need a whole.
These little tricks, right? Getting better sleep, increasing your water. The results for that increases like more and more and more and more if you're clever about how you learn more about your body and how you reduce the inflammation by doing a program such as this. So I hope that makes sense.
It definitely did. I think I've definitely learned, some new stuff here. So I'm quite happy about that. And I'm sure people watching, they've learned a thing or two as well, which is great. And which is what I wanted and why I asked you to come on to share your knowledge with us. So I think I'm just looking at the time and everything, but we have covered a lot anyway, to be honest. We've covered a lot. So I'm quite happy with that. So thank you for being our very first guest on YouTube live stream.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. You're welcome back anytime. I mean, look, we still need to talk about things like skincare and all that kind of stuff. So we'll link up anyway. I'm happy to have you back anytime. Just let me know.
Thank you. I learned something tonight.
Absolutely. Thank everyone that actually, decided to come and join us here today. Like, I really appreciate it. I know it's like the first time, and I know a lot of people were like confused. Is it on Instagram, on YouTube? I'm like, it's on YouTube, but that's fine. That's okay. Hopefully, as we do more, people get used to like just coming on YouTube rather than Instagram. But I think we'll just leave it at that for now. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. Thank you as well for being our first ever guest. So guys, I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week, Saturday. Again, if this is your first time like watching the replay or seeing my face, make sure you click the like button on this video, number 1. And number 2, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I was saying at the start that I talk about my faith, I talk about relationship and all things like self-development as well. And to kind of keep in touch with me and all that kind of stuff, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm quite active on Instagram. You can follow my story and all that, just to keep in touch. And I feel like I get a bit more personal on Instagram anyway. You know how it is yourself. But yeah, so we'll say goodbye for now. And I'll see you guys hopefully next weekend. Okay? So I'll see you later then. Okay. Bye.